Hello, welcome to Cinephile Entertainment. I'm a Cinephile critic and still reviewing this movie. Wow, you're really great with kids. Thanks. I'm also a youth pastor. Ant-Man and the Wasp. So Ant-Man and the Wasp is directed by Pennington Lee. Stars Evangeline Lilly as Hope, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, Michael Douglas as Hank, Michelle Pfeiffer as Wasp, and Michael Pena as Lewis. Small synopsis of what happens is Ant-Man is under house arrest because of what has happened in Civil War and the Accords. The Accords, the government and their Accords. Anybody that has been, doing things outside of the illegal agreement that they have signed. And Ant-Man is one of them. So then what then transpires in this film is there's this new character called Ghost, and she is phasing in different dimensions. As I would say, this is not a spoiler because you see it basically out of the gate in the first few scenes. And so, because of Hank and his daughter Hope, they're scientists and they're very smart. They've got this lab that can help her. And so she needs an element to be able to go into a different dimension to help fix herself. But in doing so, the original Wasp, who is still stuck in, those quantum dimension, she could die. So Ant-Man and Hank and the Wasp is trying to prevent any of this from happening. God's character, Ant-Man, being on house arrest, he can't leave the house. So they come up with really ingenious ways in getting him out of the house to help with stopping this new character Ghost trying to basically kill off their mother, not on purpose, but because she's the only person that can help her. So I will say that Paul Rudd's character, Ant-Man, I think he does a fantastic job. I think Hope does a fantastic job. Not only does Hope does a fantastic job, she has a better haircut. I think the haircut in the first film was, it didn't suit her. I think this type of, the way she's got her hair now, it suits her a lot more. Michael Douglas is in here a lot more, and as Hank, and I feel that he does a very good job. Like most people in this film bring their A game. The only person who doesn't bring their A game, and I think their performance is terrible. It really is terrible. How he gets away with it, I don't know. Is T.I. I think his performance, the less screen time he has, the better, because his performance in this film is bad. It's really bad, which I don't understand, because he was in a film to do with roller skating in America. I can't, if you know what film it is, you can type it down below and tell me. But I know he was in a film, and his acting in that film was way better. Like he can act. If you see that film, you know that he has acting abilities. So why he acts the way he acts in this film with no conviction, I have no idea. It's like he's not even trying. It's really terrible. His acting in this film, really, really terrible. Everybody else in that film does a superb job. Him, no. In the sequel, they really hit the stride. Wasp was brilliant, but then my favorite character, in fact, in this film was Ghost. I feel that when it comes to meeting the criteria of your character, I think that the lady who played Ghost did it phenomenally well, because Ghost is one of those people who is not evil, but when someone is in chronic pain, day in and day out, every second, there's no relief, you don't act rationally. You can't. The pain won't allow you to. And I personally feel fit her brief very well. She played it amazing. I've never come across her any of her movies, but I am intrigued and I want to see other stuff that she's been in, and I hope to see more stuff that she's going to be in, because I think in this particular film she was fantastic. She's um, my standout actor in this film, as well into some extent as Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, because I feel that there's certain scenes that he just makes. Wasp is really good. She's competent and she knows what she's doing. She's more competent than Ant-Man, but I think that's probably why Ant-Man works, because he can be anybody. He's anyway. He doesn't really have a superhero. He's not a superhero. He just has a suit that allows him to, you know, be small or be big, and his DNA mixes in with the suit, and that's why he's able to do what he's doing. But he's normal, and I like that. You know, he's not super smart. He's, you know, he wasn't born with powers. He never built his suit himself. You know, he stole it from someone else. Poor Rod, like the camera seems to really love him. Like it doesn't matter how his face is on screen, the camera, like his smile, it just warms the camera. And so I find as well with Lily's character, Hope, like there's something about them, the energy, that the camera just really loves them. So even if they say a line that is not funny or the jokes doesn't really land, it kind of goes amiss, it's not like ugh, because the camera still really likes them. So it doesn't matter if it's a bad line that they're saying or the joke doesn't land, it doesn't put them in a bad light. The camera still loves them. When it comes to universes like Marvel's, is there's different types of threats. So you will have threats that are facing the galaxy, then you have threats that are facing, you know, certain universes. Then you have threats that are facing you know, the world, you know, the earth, I should say, earth specifically. Then you will have threats that is facing, you know, certain parts of the world, and then you go, you know, as you increase, it gets smaller and smaller, and then you have threats that are facing, you know, just your normal surroundings. So it's not like a world thing, it's not like saving the universe or whatever, but you know, it's still important to you. And that's kind of what Ant-Man is, or Ant-Man and the Wasp is. It's trying to fix a problem that is not concerning the outside universe of Marvel. It has nothing to do with, you know, if they don't do this, then millions of people are going to die. That is so contained. It's just really down to what they're attached to. And I find that that is really refreshing, especially what's happened in Wakanda, especially what's happened with Thanos and the Avengers. And so to have this next movie for Marvel be the way how it is, I personally felt it was such a breath of fresh air. There was not too much problem, but the thing with this film is there's only so much that this film can do because of the type of film it is. It's not going to be, you know, it's lighthearted. It's, as I said, there's not much depth in there in terms of layers with characters or story. It's a very, I wouldn't say generic, but it's a very short. It's a very, you know, cut and dry story. And it works for what it is, and for that I will be rating this film as I for intriguing. You're gonna have fun. There's a little bit more intrigue in this film than you know what you might expect from an Ant-Man movie, but it's not as good as some of the other Marvel movies. However, this film holds its own. It's very entertaining. There's a little bit more to it. Have you seen this film? What did you think about this film? Is this, you know, where would you rank this film in terms of Marvel movies? I would love to know. Thank you for watching my review. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button down at the bottom. And if you're thinking, oh, darling, I need to see more, like I need to see what you know, what else you can do, then hopefully I'll see you next time. And remember, until next time, keep safe. Bye.